Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through how to use the new brand analytics tool inside Seller Central. So it's not just one tool, it's actually six different tools. So I'm going to be walking you through each of the 6 tools one by one, showing you how to use the tools, and then also showing you what you can actually do with that data. So how you can take that data and use it to actually make informed decisions in your business to try and increase sales. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so what you want to start off doing is logging into Seller Central and then coming to the brand analytics suite of tools. So to do that in the new Seller Central layout, what you want to do is come over to the 3 lines on your left hand side, then come down to brands and then select brand analytics. What I'd recommend doing is just bookmarking the brand analytics tool with this little button here, because it's a tool that you will be using a lot in your business. Now, if you cannot see this brand section here and you can't see any of these options, the reason for that is that you're probably not enrolled in Amazon's brand registry. You do need to be enrolled in Amazon's brand registry to use this tool. So if you're not already, check out the videos that I've put out previously, all about how to register for a trademark and how to enroll in brand registry. I'll put a link up here and I'll also put links down in the description. Now, once you click into this tool, you'll be shown a page that looks something like this. And what you'll see is that this is actually not a single tool. It's actually a suite of 6 different tools, which you can see at the top here. So we've got search catalog performance, search query performance, demographics, Amazon search terms, repeat purchase behavior, and market basket analytics. Now, all 6 of these tools are really useful, can help you understand what's going on in your business, how your different products are performing compared to each other, compared to the competition, and then you can actually use that data to make changes in your business and actually increase sales. And that's what's so cool about these suite of tools. So why don't we go through them one by one? We'll start off by talking about how the search catalog performance works and how you should use it. Okay guys, so what this tool does is it basically shows you a bunch of search metrics for each one of your ASINs, and it's primarily used, you're going to primarily use this tool to compare how your ASINs are performing compared to each other. So this tool doesn't provide any data of how other ASINs are performing outside of your brand. So this is mainly used just to compare your own product's performance to each other. And when I say search metrics, what I mean by that is that the tool will show you the number of impressions, the number of clicks, click-through rate, basket ads, purchases, and conversion rates for each one of your ASINs, but only for search. So what I mean by only search is that, for example, if you're running PPC campaigns where your product's showing up on the product detail pages, or if there's purchases, clicks and purchases made on what Amazon call widgets. So you'll see that under the product images, sometimes you'll see recently purchased together or compare these items. If someone clicks on your product through one of those widgets or through a product detail page PPC ad, those metrics will not show up in this search catalog performance. This is strictly your metrics for each of your ASINs for search, okay? So what actually shows up in the search results. So how do you actually use this tool? Well, the first thing you want to do with all of these tools is make sure you've selected the correct marketplace. So in my case, it's United Kingdom, but obviously select the correct marketplace for yourself. Then you want to come down to reporting range and select either weekly, monthly, or quarterly. I like to look at monthly or quarterly figures because the more data, the better. You can then select your year and the month and then click apply. Then what you'll see is a list of your ASINs, impressions, clicks, click-through rate, basket ads, purchases, and conversion rate. Now you can click on customize columns and that will give you a few more options. It's not just these ones, there are a few additional options to view, but in my opinion, these are the ones that you want to look at. These are the most important ones. Okay, so how can you actually use the data in this tool? Well, in my opinion, this tool is probably the least useful out of the 6 tools. And the reason for that is that if you're trying to compare the conversion rate and click-through rate of one of your ASINs in one niche to another one of your ASINs in a different niche, that data is not going to be that helpful because click-through rates and conversion rates are just quite different between niches anyway, mainly dependent on the number of competitors. So in that situation, this tool's just not that helpful. Where this tool can be helpful is that if you sell multiple ASINs in the same niche, so for instance, you have a range of different laptop stands, you can use this tool to work out which ASINs have the highest click-through rates, which ones have the highest conversion rates. You can then drill down into that and maybe adopt some of the practices in the well-performing ASINs in the poorly performing ASINs to try and increase their click-through rate and conversion rate. So that's why this tool's helpful. So that's the search catalog performance. Now let's look at the search query performance tool. Okay guys, so how can you use the search query performance tool? Or what is it used for? Well, this tool is absolutely incredible, right? This is basically what all of us Amazon sellers have been waiting for a very long time, because what this tool allows you to do is look at how either your brand or a specific ASIN performs for all of the most important search terms. So all of the search terms that are getting that ASIN the most number of sales. Now, we could have seen this data before using exact match PPC campaigns, but what this tool allows us to do is get those metrics for organic search, right? And so this is huge. This is such important data. So again, you want to select the correct marketplace, you want to select your ASIN and then date range. And then what you'll see below is on the left-hand side, you have a list of search queries. Then you have search query score. Now, what this search query score is doing is it's basically ranking all of the search terms that you're getting sales for in an order of 1 to 1,000. 1 being your most important keyword or search term, the search term that's getting you the most number of sales, right down to 1,000, which is the one that's getting you the least, or it's just what Amazon thinks is least important to your product. Then you have search query volume. So this is the actual search volume that these keywords or search terms are getting in total. Then you have total impressions, and then your ASIN share of those impressions, total clicks for that search term, and then your ASIN share of those clicks, and then total purchases for that search term, and then your ASIN's share of those purchases for that specific search term. So this is incredible data. This is the data that we've been trying to get, that we tried to get estimates of in Helium 10, but this is Amazon giving us the actual data for our product and for those search terms, which is so useful. So there's really 2 ways that you can use this data. The first way is that you want to go through each of these search terms and you want to compare your ASIN's share of the clicks versus your ASIN's share of the purchases. And the reason why this can be really helpful is that if you find that for a lot of these search terms, your ASIN is getting a very high click share, but it's getting quite a low purchase share, what that suggests is that a lot of customers are clicking on your product, but a lot less of them are actually buying your product. And what this highlights is that there's actually someone probably advertising on your product listing. So they're running product targeting PPC campaigns that are advertising on your detail page, who either have a lower price or a better quality product. And by looking at this data, you can then try and identify that and see what you can do to try and combat that. Because what it shows is that people are clicking to your listing, but someone's stealing your sales, right? More people are clicking, then more people are buying. So that's the first way I'd use this data. The second way, which I think is way more powerful, is that Amazon is giving you a list of your most important keywords, your most important search terms. Now, of course, when you did your initial keyword research using tools like the Helium 10 Magnet or Cerebro tool, you would have found a lot of these keywords. But there's probably quite a few keywords in there which you didn't actually find when you're doing your keyword research. And Amazon's saying, hey, these keywords are important to your product. So I would take the top 100 to 200 search query scored keywords in this tool. And number 1, make sure that they're included in your listing copy. So re-optimize your listing. And guys, if you want to watch a whole video about listing optimization, I put one out a couple of weeks ago, so I'll put a link up here and down in the description. But yeah, I would take these keywords, make sure you've added them to your listing and improve your listing optimization, and then also add them to your research PPC campaigns. So this should be a manual keyword targeting PPC campaign with 2 ad groups, one with broad match, one with phrase match, and you want to target all of these keywords in that PPC campaign. So before you launch a product and before you're selling, obviously use the Helium 10 Magnet and Cerebro tools to do your keyword research. But once you are brand registered and selling, you need to use this tool to basically do keyword research again using real data. And then you can use these keywords to re-optimize your listing and also add into your PPC campaigns. Okay, so let's move on to the third tool out of the 6, which is the demographics tool. Now, unfortunately, the demographics tool doesn't work in the UK at the moment, but I am going to run through it because I'm hoping that Amazon will actually allow it to work in the UK marketplace. But for now, just bear in mind that it only works in the US marketplace. So the way that this demographics tool works is, again, you select your marketplace, which is only the US for now. You then select your reporting period, and here you cannot select a specific ASIN. You can only select one of your brands, and then you click apply. And what this tool is going to do is it's going to show you the spread, the demographic spread for the purchasers of your brand. So it will tell you what is the main age range that's purchasing your brand, what is the main income of the people purchasing your brand, and then finally, what is the education, gender, and main marital status. And the way that you want to use this tool and the way that you can use this data is to adjust the way you write your product listings. So for example, let's say you use this tool and you found or you discovered that 70% of the people that purchased your product were female and only 30% were male. What you would then want to do is you'd want to take that information and maybe adjust the way that your product listing is written. You might want to adjust your images, and you want to adjust those in a way that's going to appeal more to women than it will to men. It's exactly the same principle. If you find that your main demographic, for instance, is people who are 65 and plus, you would want to change the language in your product listing from maybe a little bit less kind of young and hip to a little bit more formally written, because that's what people in the older generation are going to respond better to. And by doing that, you're going to be optimizing your listing to have a high conversion rate specifically for the people that you know purchase your product the most. So that is the way that I would use that demographics tool. Okay, so let's talk about the fourth tool, which is the Amazon search term tool. Now, I really like this tool because it's a lot of fun to play around with, because using this tool, you can really look at metrics for any search term you like, regardless if it's connected to your product. So let me show you how this tool works. So firstly, you can select a department. I'm gonna just leave this as all departments. And then you need to select a date range. So let's select monthly and then click apply. And then finally, what you want to do is select a search term. So for example, let's say that we sell laptop stands. You could write laptop stand here and then click apply. If you don't get any data like this, you just need to select a slightly further away time frame. You often can't look at the closest few days. So if we click that, we should get some data. Here we go. And then what the tool will do is two main things. Number one, it will show you the 3 most clicked and purchased ASINs for that specific search term. And then number 2, it will show you all of the related search terms to that first search term, and again show you the 3 most clicked and purchased ASINs for those related search terms. So let's have a look at the main search term that we just searched, which was laptop stand. What you can see is that for the search term laptop stand, this ASIN gets the most clicks and the most sales. Then if we scroll a little bit further, you'll see that you see the click share and the conversion share that this ASIN has. Then we can see the second most clicked and converted ASIN, and then the third. And we can see that for all the related search terms. So how can this data be helpful for you? Well, there's really 2 ways. The first way is that if your product is in the top 3 most clicked and purchased ASINs for a specific search term, then you can actually see what your click-through rate and your conversion rate compares to the other 2 in the top 3, and you can keep a track of that. The second way that this tool can help you is that if you are not in that top 3, you're still able to see who the top 3 are. So you can click into those other top 3 competitors who have the most clicks and most sales for these main search terms. And then what you can do is you can look at their listings and look at the things that they're doing right. Why are they the most clicked? Why are they the most purchased ASINs for that specific search term? And then you can try and adopt some of the best practices that they're doing to try and help you increase your click-through rate and conversion rate. Okay, so let's talk about the 5th tool, which is called the repeat purchase behavior tool. So what this tool will do is it will allow you to see what percentage of your total sales are made by repeat customers for each of your ASINs over different time periods. So what you can do here is leave category all selected, subcategory all, brand all, and then you want to select a reporting range and then leave it as view by ASIN. And then what you'll see below is a list of all of your ASINs, and then the number of total orders for each ASIN, the number of orders from unique customers, and then the percentage of repeat customers. And in my opinion, this tool is really only helpful for one main thing, and that's to work out whether you should be using the subscribe and save option with Amazon. So if you find that very few, like under 1% of your orders over the last quarter, for example, are from repeat customers, then you probably don't want to bother adding the subscribe and save option to that ASIN. If on the other hand, you find that 5% of your orders are coming from repeat customers, then to try and encourage, you know that this is a product that customers are buying again and again, and that is going to be helpful to add the subscribe and save option. So if you see that, you can then go into Seller Central and add a subscribe and save option where customers are going to save 5% or 10% if they subscribe to getting your product on repeat on a regular basis. So that's how I would use this tool. Now let's talk about the fifth and final tool, which is called the Market Basket Analysis tool. And again, I really like this tool because this tool is really helpful at allowing you to discover kind of two new opportunities. Number one, cross-selling opportunities, and number two, bundling opportunities. So what this tool is going to show you is for each of your ASINs, what are the top 3 most purchased ASINs alongside or at the same time as that ASIN. So for example, let's say that you sell a laptop stand. This tool will show you what are the top 3 most commonly bought products in the same basket as your laptop stand. So like I said, this can help you do 2 different things. The first thing is to discover cross-selling opportunities. So for example, let's say that you find that the most commonly bought ASIN with your laptop stand was a laptop cooling fan. Then what you may want to do is also launch a laptop cooling fan as a separate ASIN and then cross-sell it on your product listing in the A+ content. So when you're creating A+ content, one of the blocks that you can actually add is a block that looks like this, and this is called a product comparison block. And what you can do here is you can advertise the other products that you have that you think the customer will be interested in. So obviously if you launch a laptop fan, you can advertise it in this product comparison chart. So when customers are looking at your laptop stand, they also buy one of your laptop cooling fans alongside the laptop stand instead of one of your competitors, right? Because you know people like to buy those 2 products together. Instead of cross-selling, what you could also do is use that data to create a new bundled ASIN. So for instance, you could create a new ASIN that's a bundle of a laptop stand and a laptop cooling fan and sell them together as a bundle. And obviously because there's only one fulfillment fee, you're going to be able to charge a lower total price for those 2 units together, and it's convenient for the customer just to buy them together as one bundle. So hopefully that bundle would sell well if you know that people like to buy them individually together in the same basket. Okay guys, so that is how you use the new brand analytics suite of tools inside Seller Central. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, don't forget to give the video a like and make sure you're subscribed to the channels so you never miss another video, and I'll see you in the next one.